Sometimes silence is good. Tap in with us. We want to know how you guys feel in those comments. The only way we can tell how you guys feel on YouTube is by hitting those comment sections and hitting that like button. Tap in with us. The question is the love side to it. What does we spoke about the business and understanding what business buys you, right? Now, what happens when the business becomes the new business, right? Because it should always be a new business. You shouldn't be having the same business, right?
Now, the government is the first business, and
All
they
right.
stay taxing.
All right, cool.
No, so again, the scenario that I gave could be a totally new person that I met in my life that I have a vibe with, but we're not in love, but we have a vibe, and I see that she has a potential in her life. I would do it with someone like that, and then if the love grows from that, I'm cool with that. Oh, when you're my friend, but if nobody ever marries you, I'm gonna marry you. That should be a thing where people shouldn't waste time. If you already wasted 10 years of your life, and the government taking every 5 years, that's $120,000 that they done got for free. Like that if you would have just stayed in a situation, a marriage, while you got yourself together, you would have recouped that money. People was like, if we want to do susus and all that, no, let's do some susu marriages and get this money moving around in the black community. Because to say we're gonna run business and all that and let the government just take it is like, why are we doing that? For what? We're gonna make these $200,000. They're gonna take like $70,000 out of that.
So let's be clear on what he's saying, right? He's saying that it's better to come together and marry, right, so that you can save money. Right, because I don't know what the numbers are, but he said something about 60,000 in 5 years from being taxed, right? Depending on how much you're making, right? So he's saying his logic.
It's about 40% that they take out of single people's checks.
All right,
40% in New York.
All right, cool. So what he's saying is it logically it makes more sense to marry someone just for the sake of being married. Not saying that there's any real love attached to it. Not saying that there's any real, there's no sex attached to it. But let's just get married so that we can save money. Once we get the money, go our own separate ways. And then that's when my narrative comes in of eventually the love has to supersede the business, right? Business don't get you forever. Love gets you forever. And eventually, love dissipates and it becomes something else. And what that something else goes into the bag that Dupreme's still here with us. The God Dupreme's tapped in and said, I'm not marrying for love. I'm marrying for like, because eventually the love dissipates and the like is what sustains and what's forever lasting.
DWI is basically saying that, well, what I'm taking from is like we got to be financially conscious on both sides of the boards and financially responsible on both sides of the boards. He's saying something that is a fact, and it shouldn't be a marriage fact. It should be a life fact with us as a people, as females and males. We should both be thinking in that manner.